hello. Okay. Oh, I love the lipstick I just did for myself. Okay, anyway. I was about to touch my hair. I'm about to start cooking, actually. And I realized I have not put up a YouTube video in over a year and a half. I have so many saved drafts of videos that I wanted to put out for you guys from what happened on January 6th, but life has just been moving so fast. So I want to catch you guys up before we jump into anything. While I cook, because I don't have a choice. Well, first of all, if you're wondering what I'm cooking, I'm about to go ahead and I got some beef and I'm going to season it up real good, fry it down, and put it in the pressure cooker, and I'm also going to make some mac and cheese. But anyway, back to life, right? So things have been absolutely crazy. One day I'll do like a real catch-up video where I'm gonna have like, you know, pictures and stuff from my Snap and stuff in here. But child, listen, I haven't put up a video in so long. It's my perfectionism that has kept me from uploading something. So I'm just uploading it. Just so you know, there's no beginning. There's no like, oh, look at the introduction and shit. I thought you fixed editing school. Bitch, I'm busy, okay? And I still wanna connect with you guys, so this is what we're doing. What else? So, one of the biggest things that has happened to me recently is the fact that I have started a new platform called the Earth is Ghetto Podcast. Yo, fucking exciting shit. First of all, I had this idea in my head for a really long time, but I knew I needed somebody else to speak. Now, as far as my identity, I identify as a Black queer woman, a cisgendered Black queer woman. I am pansexual, all the stuff, right? But I have realized that there's really not a whole lot of place for us to speak as Black queer people. But I also realize I can't be the only one speaking. Like, I need somebody else. Now, I can handle a lot of platforms on my own, and you guys will be able to see how much I'm able to do that. But when it came to this particular topic, this was too important. The point was to make sure that all of these voices were heard. So my partner, Erin, is fucking amazing. They are non-binary, and they're an amazing co-host. They're super young, like fucking 25. They're a fucking professional dancer and shit. Like, I can't wait to start sharing his videos with y'all, because let me tell you something, this nigga could bust down an 8 count, I'll tell you what. And I love the fact that we had a lot of the same ideas. And crazy enough, you know, we met over fucking Instagram. I was dragging some dusty hotep in the comments, and then all of a sudden somebody comes in helping me, and I'm like, who was this? And we were just dragging dusties together. It was great. And then all of a sudden we started talking, and I was so glad when they asked me if they could call me, and we just had like this amazing conversation, and it really just took off from there. Honestly, talk about not seeing it coming, because I knew it was a platform that I was going to be able to start, but then I literally met the perfect person to do it with. So now I gotta wash. It's crazy. I'm literally washing my gloves so I don't have to waste another pair of gloves. And I have to season the paint. This is how fucking cheap I am, yeah. I didn't even buy the gloves. Why do I care? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, it is that old Caribbean upbringing of not being wasteful that has me in a fucking chokehold. But anyway, where was I? So, and by the way, just so you know, I love to cook, but I also have no idea what I'm going to be cooking until it's basically done. I know that sounds crazy. I know it's going to be a beef thing, but how am I seasoning it? What flavor are we going with? It depends on what the fuck is in the goddamn cabinets. That's where we are, right? So anyway, so yeah, and that has been amazing. We actually got monetized, which I did not see fucking coming. Like, we only just started this shit in January, which is another reason that I haven't been on YouTube and stuff like that, but we're about to get back into it. We're about to start like trying to film the podcast so we can there we go, so we can actually upload it. Yes, this is Indian seasoning. This is tandoori seasoning. Again, you're gonna be wondering, what the fuck is she doing? We're seasoning things, and it'll be delicious when it's done. It always is. And I feel like a lot of the there was so much pressure that I was feeling when I first started it, and it's been such an amazing journey. Like, yo, this shit has been so badass. Like, I don't think I've ever been happier because I'm literally doing something that I love. And I'm working from home now, which is freaking amazing. I have to, even though it can be annoying sometimes, I have to remember how grateful that I really have to be about it. Because first of all, y'all probably don't know, but a nigga's in therapy, right? I have been diagnosed with PTSD, social anxiety disorder, all kinds of things, all different levels. These things are a spectrum. And me working from home has helped so fucking much. Jesus. Like, I can't even fucking tell you. This shit has been so boss. I have felt like so much more refreshed, so much more like myself, and I'm making the most money that I've ever made, period, at an hourly job. Like, yeah, I've made more money like selling videos and like doing production and stuff, but this, it's like, oh my God, I don't have to worry right now. I feel like every 5 seconds I'm gonna be like, oh, and there's something else. I'm moving to Las Vegas. It is officially official. You know what's so crazy about that? A few years ago, I was head over heels in love, right? And when I say head over heels, bitch, sprung, okay? And we were going to move to Las Vegas. And that obviously didn't end up happening. And one thing I will never do is, like, especially relationships that I know when I was with a good person, I will never shit on him whatsoever. But what I will say is, what is so crazy about the fact that I am now moving to Las Vegas, not because I'm in a relationship, we're gonna start a new life and I'm about to be in a house having babies, and by the way, too excited to do so. We will get into that. I was, oh my God, bitch, I was ready. What the fuck is this? I have Parmesan. I don't know what that is. Sorry, Parmesan is not going in the beef. At least not like this. We mix together what I have so far. But, like, it's so crazy that it really came full circle completely. Like, I'm about to move to Las Vegas on my own, off my own bread, off my own savings, off my own back, and I'm so fucking excited. And the thing about it is, I don't say that because I've never done things on my own. I always have, but it's really different this time. I have been without a relationship for, is it gonna be 3 years? Shit, I don't even fucking know. It's been, regardless of whatever, it's been a long time, right? And I don't think I've ever been more happy. Like, wow. And like I said, I was in a relationship with a man that even if it didn't end the way I wanted it to, he absolutely loved me. Even if he were to go ahead and lie, I'm like, nigga, stop. Okay? But there was a lot of things about myself that I hadn't had worked out yet, honestly. Like, not even a little. And one of the things that reasons why I realized that the most was, well, I had just gotten back to school a little bit before we ended up breaking up, and I realized I had spent a lot of time hiding myself, especially in relationships. I wasn't as queer as I am. I was always like, oh, I don't want to play something that's going to make somebody uncomfortable and all of this other bullshit. Like, I wasn't even able to live my own identity within these relationships because I was so scared that I was going to make someone uncomfortable, you know? And I wasn't being open with my art, the things that I do, the things that I create. Like, I won scholarships for some of my scripts while I was in school. And I was so shocked that it was happening to me. I think it was like almost $4,000 in scholarships that I got from just like things off of my own back, just just being creative, just being me. And that was a real turning point for me, because I was just like, this isn't just a dream anymore. This is something I can do. This is something I can do for fucking real. And that was mind-blowing. It was mind-blowing. In short, it was mind-blowing. And I got so into my craft, and I got so into like my own happiness and like really what I want from things. And I'm realizing very quickly, especially with the way the world is going, that I don't think I want kids. And it's so crazy because I feel like I've come a completely full circle when it comes to that, because when I was younger, I need to get a pan. I need to actually work and talk. When I was younger, you have to understand, my upbringing was a little bit different. I was an adult from very fucking young, unfortunately. I was taking care of kids from like 9 years old. So by the time I finally got like out of the house and I was like done, I was just like, fuck kids, fuck marriage, it's all a contract, fuck all you mean. Like I was doing all the things. And then around the age of 29, 30, like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, like my biological clock, yo, that shit's real. I didn't think that was real, but that shit is real. Like, when I say I had no idea that shit was like for real, yeah, nigga, that shit is, it is no joke. And I was just like, I just want to have a baby. I want to have a baby with somebody. It's going to be amazing. I just have to make sure I'm choosing the right father. That's the only part that really matters. And even if they're a shitty husband, as long as they're good to my kids. Deep, dark place. Deep, dark place. And honestly, I think it was because I just didn't think that it was possible to have it all. That might be a part of the problem right now, too. But, like I said, like, then to come full circle, just kind of seeing all the things that are going on right now. They just overturned Roe versus Wade. Like one of my girlfriends had her husband get a fucking vasectomy. This is where we're at. Like, honestly, this is where we're at. And I feel like this should be absolutely horrifying to you bitches. And everybody's walking around like everything's straight. And to be honest about like my anxiety and stuff, like I got into a car accident like was it October of 2020? Oh shit. I'm gonna be going on 2 years now with no car. Anxiety is a monster. There's a reason why I work from home. That, like, you know what was so funny? When I got diagnosed with PTSD, I was just like, bitch, I've never been to war. What the fuck? Like, one of my, like, my ex was a vet, and, like, I knew kind of, but when they told me, I was like, but me, he got blown out of a fucking plane. Okay, like, okay, that's your PTSD, just no, but now I'm realizing there's so many of us walking around with it. More than likely, a lot of people who are diagnosed with PTSD, who are veterans, probably had it way before they were even ever diagnosed by a doctor after a war. But anyway, I digress. So it was funny that the whole thing changed. All of a sudden I was with somebody. I was like so ready to be married and have a baby and change my last name. Well, not change it, hyphenate it, but still, I was still ready to do all of the domestic things, all the things. I was ready to do it. And I realized really quickly that that's not actually something that I wanted. That was not at all. It was what I wanted with that person, but after looking back on it, I realized that that would have just been another way for me to hide myself or to have reasons not to delve into my art, because that was always my excuse. That was my excuse a lot of times when I wanted to go out for acting. Well, I don't want the person that I'm with to feel like that I'm cheating. All kinds of things, man. I used to do stand-up. I remember I got called for like a breast cancer benefit. It was like some local thing in Florida where I'm from. And whoever I was with at the time was so upset about it that I didn't do it. And I was gonna continue to use relationships as a way to mask me running away from myself. Fuck. And I think that's the reason why this has been so important, like doing this whole thing, like the podcast and more videos and more content and all of these things. Like, this is exactly what I should have been doing all this time, instead of being in relationships too embarrassed to show what it was that I could do in the first place. And I have a history of just being with really, really, really critical people. A bitch should have just been single. And I'm very grateful for all of those relationships, because they were all very helpful for me to get to where I am right now. And now I'm wondering, do I even want to get married? Yo, it's especially with the Kevin Samuels, like, of the world, that have now just like burst into my dating inbox. It is not okay. But you know what else I didn't realize that I would be going through? It's like, before, at least my last relationship, anytime that I had sex with somebody, I wanted it to turn into a relationship. Every time. Without fail. And after, I'm like, no, I gotta go. It was a great night, though. I'll call my Uber myself. You don't have to. It's so weird. But what is so crazy about that is, like, it's almost like getting the cheat code to something. Like, now my heartstrings aren't attached to those super intense and or orgasmic emotions. Like, they're not attached anymore. And I'm like, is this what it's like to be a dude? Let me stop. Anyway, so I seasoned the beef, waiting for the oil to get high, and then I'm going to fry down the beef. I'm actually going to make sure that it's a little crispy on the outside. It's going to be super raw on the inside, but that's okay. That's why it's going in the pressure cooker. And then actually should I put on the water? I should put on the water. Put on the water for the spaghetti. I'm still trying to figure out which one I want. Actually, Avia, she's not gonna eat the mac and cheese because she's fucking lactose intolerant. Avia, which one do you want me to make the mac and cheese out of that you're only gonna have 2 bites? What? Come here. What do you want? I just want to know which pasta you would prefer. Would you prefer rotini, or do you want Celentani?
I don't know, nigga. I'm stressed out.
Okay, look. Can you just pick one?
Some weird ass looking. I don't fuck with those.
I'm not even editing it out. That's great. All right. Well, we're gonna go with Celentini. Fuck it. Why not? Be a little crazy. I think I've only used elbows, so I decided to do something a little bit different. So let me get the water on for that. I've just been having like a deep hankering for like really gooey, amazing baked mac and cheese. And I'm not going to deny myself, but I will make it myself because y'all not about to make me pay for that. But yeah, to be perfectly honest, things have been going so well, and I feel really good about life. Like, in general these days, I'm so excited to move in October. My bestie is going to be coming. Hey, Hallie. My bestie is going to be coming with me when I move. Like, we're going to meet in Denver where I live, and then we're going to fly out together with my cats so she can stay with me for a few days and help me move in. And I'm like, which is great motivation to save money right now, because I'm living broke just so I can save every last dollar to make sure that October is perfect. But yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and like update you guys and like, hey, I'm alive. I'm doing stuff. Things are really great. And I'm sorry you guys haven't seen me. I'm thinking about starting to post certain episodes of the Earth is Ghetto podcast to my YouTube. But we'll see. We'll get there. But anyway, I am going to go ahead and finish cooking. If anybody even cares, I probably will take pictures of the food, but if anybody cares, I'll probably post it later or whatever. But anyways, this is Faridah Sid Noir, Sid the Kid, as many fucking online names as I have had. Can't even talk. I want to thank you guys for however little few subscribers that I have on here. I've even had people be like, your production sucks and all kinds of shit. Man, I don't care, man. I have never been more happy or at peace in my entire life. So I'm so excited about the fucking next step. Like, oh my goodness. Yeah. So, bye.